Alright, Shalom, Shalom Israel. First and foremost, we're going to give all honor, glory, and praises unto YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, Ba'ashem, Quadash. Shalom to my YAHAWAH who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity. This is Brother Kawakub coming at you with another lesson, another, in transit. I heard a brother call it that. But basically, today, actually, it's going to be a bit more of a light-hearted lesson. Kind of light-hearted, but at the same time, not really, because, regardless of whether you take a lesson as light-hearted, and, brothers might not be angry in it or not, regardless of whether a brother is angry or not, it's still a serious lesson to, extract the meat, extract the milk, take the actual lesson to heart. All right. In today's lesson, I'm going to be going into how, and it's like again, I say it's lighthearted, and I might present it initially as lighthearted, but it's very serious. And the lesson today is just in general how we sometimes deceive ourselves. All right. Now, when I say we deceive ourselves, I'll use myself as an example, all right? Which, again, not even again, but just in general, this is an embarrassing thing to say. This is an embarrassing thing to admit. But the whole reason of my admission is to edify, all right? And what's more important? What's more important? Edification, doing the work of the Lord, or trying to look good in front of the hosts, trying to look good in front of the sisters, just trying to look good, or trying to keep a pristine image of yourself. All right. So, that's really the reason why I'm even bother sharing this in the first place. So basically, what I did, or what I've been doing, for a while now, is I've been asking YAHAWAH for guidance. All right, on things that I basically already know the answer to. All right. So let's say, for example, I don't know. This did not happen to me. All right. But it actually did happen to me in my first year in this truth. But anyway, which even then, if it's something like that, then I'm pretty sure the Lord would have a lot more leniency. But outside of that, for me being further in this truth, let's just say this did not happen, all right? But let's just say for the sake of it, I asked the Lord, hey, YAHAWASHI, can you please guide me? Let me know. Can I go buy some pork? Because I'm really hungry, and pork is the cheapest thing this is the cheapest meat to eat, all right? And I wait, and then I get the answer, and the answer through my understanding, keyword through my understanding, is the answer is yes. All right. Now the thing is that's not from the Lord. All right. Ultimately, that's from the spiritual demon Satan. And even though you call upon the name of the Lord, you ask YAHAWAH for your guidance, it's not always going to be the Lord, because the thing to remember is that you already know the answer. You already know the answer to it. You already know that how the Lord feels about us eating pork and whatnot. So why bother asking a stupid question that you already know the answer to? But you're trying to justify going off just for the sake of your comfort. And this doesn't just apply, obviously it doesn't just apply, but I have to say it. It doesn't just apply to, eating pork. It literally applies to anything and everything, all right? So if you say, can I just take some extra hours on the Sabbath and whatnot? Can I do this, that, and third, or whatever? These are the things that you already know the answer to, and it's up to you to already make that judgment call. You don't always need to try to have YAHAWAH justify you going off, or justify your wickedness. All right, this is the thing to understand and to remember. All right, just because you ask a question, so Sakia, number one, you're asking a stupid question. And just because you ask said question, it doesn't mean that, the YAHAWASHI is actually okay with it. All right. So we should continue to go. It's like the scriptures say, believe not every spirit, try the spirit to see whether they are of YAHAWASHI. Right. Also, the scriptures also say, what's the other one? The wicked will find an excuse or justify his way. Will find an excuse to justify his own way. Okay, roughly paraphrasing, or not even roughly, but like I don't even know how off I am on that. But basically, you understand what I'm trying to say in the sense that you will, in your wickedness, in your lust to do evil, you're gonna find a reason as to say, okay, you know what? I want to do this. I need to do it. Quote unquote, I need to do this. Quote unquote, need, and that's not the right thing to do. All right. So as a result of that, you're going to put a false image of Yahawadah in your mind, or a false concept, I guess not image, but concept of Yahawadah in your mind to have you justify going off. All right. So then, in this metaphorical sense or parabolic sense, you would be eating. You would say, oh, Yahawadah said it's okay that I eat pork this one time, or it's okay for me to eat pork when I'm really, really, really hungry and I don't have the money for anything else. All right. So, are you able to, forsake your desires and keep on going with trying to fulfill the laws, statutes, commandments, or the word of Yahawadah, which I'm not saying this to say, not eating pork is going to save you, or trying to keep the law to the best of your ability is going to save you, but just in general, doing what the Lord said, especially with guidance. Like, say for example, you need to know which job should you do, job A or job B, and then you don't know what to do. And you ask the Lord, you pray to the Lord, you pray to the Lord, and you ask for that guidance. What's the best thing to do? What should I do? And in that sense, there's no clear, scriptural answer that says, oh, you have to get this job or you have to get that job. But in the sense that you ask the Lord, and when you get said answer, you try to ask again, all right, to try to change the answer. Like, say you ask A or B, you ask the Lord, which job should I get, A or B, and then the Lord says A, then you ask again, because internally, internally you really want to get B, or not necessarily B, but you internally you want to keep on suck it. Internally what's the word? What's that phrase called? Internally, like, how like people, when you ask someone for their opinion, and then they give you their opinion, and then you go the opposite way. That's basically the thing. Like, so if the Lord told you A, then you're over here thinking like, okay, well, should I really go with A or should I go with B? And then you ask, and then either you get A again, and then you try to ask again, and it just keeps on going until you get the other thing. So then, if you already knew what you wanted to do, why did you ask in the first place? All right, and that goes in general. Don't ask someone's advice if you're not gonna listen to their advice. All right, especially primarily if they are, if they actually have good intentions, and they are knowledgeable in what they're talking about. All right. So as a result of that, it's just like thinking about it. With Yahawadah, he knows what's the best thing. So let's say, for example, because it's kind of funny and it's kind of spiritual. Because I remember, if you remember that movie Finding Nemo, the first one, not the second one, because I didn't see the second one. But if you remember the movie Finding Nemo, there was this one part, I think after they ran away from the sharks, there was I think the sharks, someone said there was this big trench thing, all right? And the people advised them, swim through the trench, don't swim over it. But then the clownfish said, "Oh hell no, I'm not going through that. That shit is dangerous. That's like going into the hood and trying to expecting to survive. We're gonna swim over it." Okay, so then the bluefish, the poisonous fish said no. They said you have to swim through it, don't swim over it. And then they got the advice. They knew what to do, but one of them disregarded the advice and just went over. He went and swam over, and then they almost died because of it. They got put in danger for not listening. All right. So yeah, that also translates to YAHAWAH and when he guides us, when he tells us what to do. All right. So so the Lord might say, yeah, go into that chasm of death or whatever. All right. Oh shoot. Go into that chasm of death, jump into that pit, or jump off a cliff. All right. The Lord might tell you to jump off a cliff rather than getting in a car with let's get into a car with some woman that's trying to give you a ride to safety. All right. So if you get into a car with that woman actually is actually going to lead you to a group of men, however, to kill you and rob you, or if you're a woman, to what with you. All right. So these are the things. Don't go. So that's also another scripture, another precept. Trust in the Lord with all thy heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. Don't say, okay, well, I think this is the right way, so I'm going to go and do this. If the Lord's telling you something, listen to the Lord. Don't go going against the Lord, number one, or thinking that you know better than the Lord. The Lord is trying to guide you. If the Lord is blessing you with His guidance in the first place, you do not take that for granted. All right, you be, and I'll suck it, and that happened to me and a brother. All right, a brother. We were talking, and he told me, like, you know what, like I remember this stuff that happened to me. Like, the Lord literally told me not to do it, and I did it, and my dumbass did it. His words, not mine. Well, I don't think he said that, but I'm just adding on to it. And I'm not calling him a dumbass, but basically, that's just how we talk sometimes. But whatever. And basically, he was saying that my dumbass just did it anyway, and then lo and behold, I got fucked up because of it. All right, general rough draft of what he was saying. All right, and that also happened to me. All right, there are times when I literally think, okay, well, it looks like things are not gonna go well if I do this way, so let me do the other way, and then lo and behold, like, I'm gonna pay for it. I'm paying for it. All right. So as a result of that, like, I really like cannot stress enough that you guys, Israel, you need to actually like work on your obedience. All right. This is a very big thing. A very big thing that Israel lacks is obedience. All right. So obedience extends into women as well as the men. All right, no one likes, or not no one, but Jake doesn't like to take orders from people. All right, like they already have to take orders from Esau, but even now, and also they all want to be their own boss. They want to be in charge and whatnot, and that's a very big a demon that gets on our people. All right, I know multiple people, or I've had to deal with multiple people that didn't want to submit or take orders from someone else. All right, or more specifically Jake's. All right, like I try my best I'm over here just listening, trying to get through, any type of work that I have to go through. But then when you got these people, these Jakes, all right, that are trying to think, oh yeah, I'm the big man, I'm the boss, whatever, blah blah. Like, it's just like, you're gonna see what happens, because there's a lot of responsibility, which also extends to, women as well. Women, they want to be in charge, but they don't want the responsibilities of being in charge. They don't want to have to accept the consequences of when they fuck up because of their incompetence. All right, then there's a price to pay for that. They just want to be able to boss people around, and if something bad happens, then the man is going to take care of it. Well, that's not how it works. If you're in charge, you have to accept you have to pay for the consequences of your terrible leadership skills. All right, that's for men. When a man is the head of his household, if something bad is going on, if he doesn't put if he doesn't secure his house properly, and you got someone, running up in your house to try to rob you or whatever, all right, then you as the man have to defend your house. Okay, you have to take all the necessary steps in order to protect yourself and your family. All right, but for women, when they want to act like they're the head, they act like they're the head. No, sorry, they are the head of the household. And then when said danger comes through and attacks them, then look, all they're doing is screaming. They're not defending themselves. Okay, even though a lot of women say that they say, prior to having something bad happen to them, even though there was that one brother did a lesson on it, I think multiple lessons, I think two. On this one Eve, or at least I think she was an Eve, where she was basically saying that, we don't need men, blah, blah, and acting like, coming all in that feminist spirit, and then when she hit this one Edomite-looking dude, someone hit her with a brick. Oh my God, Slocky, that is so funny. It is so funny, and it's so comical. Like this is something that you hear out of a cartoon, okay? Oh my God, just like that shit is funny. Anyway, so she slapped some Edomite-looking dude, and then I guess the same dude, but it wasn't recorded, but someone hit her with a brick, and then she was screaming. After she got hit with a brick, she was screaming, "What? You got all these different men out here standing there watching me get hit with a brick." Stop! Like, yo, Israel, Jake is always on some funny shit. Like, you got all these different men here looking at me get hit with a brick, and they didn't do nothing. They didn't do anything to protect me. When she was the one that was saying that she doesn't need a man, or women don't need men. All right, like that's just ridiculous. All right, Slocky, that's hilarious. But that's also judgment. Okay, number one, that's judgment. But it's also like showing the Lord just how exactly just how wrong you are. All right, you think that you don't need a man. You think you can take care of yourself. You're independent. When no, you're not independent. You're inherently dependent on a man, all right? But, Esau, fucked up your minds to make you think otherwise, all right? So, going back into the initial topic, all right, the whole thing about obedience, okay? Don't be stop trying to find a way to excuse your wickedness, or find a way to do something that is wrong, all right, or is not the best for you, all right. Speaking to myself first and foremost, all right, because there was a huge ordeal that I had to go through. That I genuinely, or even I'll take this, going through what's it called? Going through tribulation. Okay, I don't want to go through tribulation, but the tribulation, as scriptures say, he that increaseth in sorrow increaseth knowledge. All right. So going through tribulation is what's going to, build me up in the spirit. So I have to go through it. All right. So and also that's the thing. Nobody wants to go through tribulation. No one wants to suffer, but we do it for the sake of. Number one, we do it because that's what the Lord prescribed for us. Number one, as well as number two, we have gone off. We have to pay for our wickedness. All right. So as a result of that, you have to like accept these things. All right. So with that, I pray this lesson was edifying. Definitely be more obedient. Don't be too quick. Don't lean on your own understanding. Don't be quick to dismiss advice. Primarily, don't dismiss advice from the Lord. All right. If the Lord tells you to do something, then do it, and don't try to ask stupid questions stupid questions of the Lord that you already know the answer to. Don't ask questions that you already know the answers to. All right, to the Lord. Okay, because you can't say, "Oh, I'm really hungry. I need something to eat. Can I eat this pork and whatnot that this person is offering me or whatever at work?" All right. Don't do that. All right. So with that, I pray this was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto YAHAWAH, SHAMAIWAN, Shalom to my YAHAWAH who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity. Abad, and Shalom.